the question that we didn't start with that maybe we should have is, what got you here? What got you interested in this?
Yeah, that's a question that I've tried to figure out how to answer over the years. I went to film school, and I had no intention of getting into radio. Some people think since I went to film school, that's how I got into it, like through broadcasting school, but it wasn't. I actually I was friends with a few people, and at the time I was really interested in astronomy, a little astrology, and physics and some stuff like that. And I was interested in learning, so I just started buying books at the bookstore. And I would come to school, and I was interested in talking about what I was learning, so I would talk to people. Someone just asked me one day about my interests, and I became friends with them, and they said, I know this guy you really need to, be introduced to. So they took me and they introduced me to him, and he knew a lot of the things that I knew and just specialized area of interest. And so we ended up in a documentary class, and we decided to do a documentary on social engineering, the Federal Reserve, and September 11th. So we did those 3 topics, and we did them at a radio station where this guy had a volunteer show. The long story short, I went in there, we did the show, we did the documentary, and he invited me to co-host. Fast forward again kind of towards the end, and he actually passed away, so I took over the show. And once I took over the show, I had to really I'm thinking like 2 hours a week on Sunday, how am I going to do this by myself? So I really had to start reading and learning. And I guess over the last 10 years, it's led me in the last 5 to 6 to doing this professionally. And everything else is just history.
Yeah, that's wild. So there was no fire that led you to the transhumanism. What pushed you in that direction?
No one's ever asked me that before, and I think the major reason that I became interested in that was because I was always aware of, even when I was in high school, I remember seeing a news report on television one time about cell phones and about how if you want your cell phone to be more secure when you're not using it, take the battery out of it. I remember that in school. And then I remember we had to do like a current event one time in English class as a little writing assignment. And I remember I picked that, and this was in like 11th grade. And I picked that, and the teacher actually wrote me up on it and said, that's not true. Your phone doesn't listen to you. I don't know where you heard that or made that up from. And I guess that just always stuck with me. And I just thought, no, I saw that. I remember seeing that. I read about it. I looked it up, and I wrote this, and you're telling me I'm wrong. So that kind of lit the fire initially for me. I just got tired of being told I was wrong with those kinds of things when I had read about them, when I had, and some piece of article of evidence about it, and people still said, no, you're wrong. So I guess that kind of lit the fire.